fucking hard when you was pussy as RuPaul. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. About the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Now, what y'all wanna do? Wanna be ballers, shot callers, brawlers, who be dipping in the bins with the spoilers? What the blood clot? Want to bumble with the B, huh? Bzz, throw a hex on the whole family. To all black like the Omeg. Have your friends singing, this is for my homies. When you know me. In the strip. You know she wrote it. German Ruger for your ass, bitch, deep throated. Know you wanna fill the room cause it's platinum coated. Should've told it. Suck a dick. All the bullshit you hit, play your hating from the sidelines. I'm a good fella kinda lady. Ladies in Mercedes. Puffy, hold me down, baby. Only female in my crew. And I kick shit like a nigga do. I've been in the skills, freestyle fields. Brazil, I'm playing the ice field. Niggas be kicking me in my asshole. Undercover, Donnie Brasco left my East Coast girl, the Bentley to twirl. Shorty on 740 watching Red Man and Naughty. Oh, and my kitty cat, half a brick of yay in her bra where her titties at. And I'm living that full life, we push weight. What? Then Penn State, Francis, the praying mantis. My hand skill. Yeah, player haters get away or my lead will spray. Squeeze off till I'm empty. Don't tempt me, only to hell I send thee. All about the Benjis. What? Woo-wee! Boy, that all about the Benjamins, that P. Diddy. What's good, everybody? What's good, good people? Once again, it's on. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab. And man, it's about to go down with yet another the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's do this. Hey, we gonna dive right on in. I don't know where this country twang is coming from. Yeah, we gon' dive right on in. We gon' dive right on in. Let's do this, people. Let's get it cracking. Holla at me, baby.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll worry about that later. All right, look, let's do this. Or I could switch it real quick, couldn't I? Should I put the UGOA chat up on here, even though I'm streaming on both? Because that is what I have been doing. Should I do that? I don't know. You know what? Let's not even worry about it. We'll just leave it and let it ride, Clyde. Alright, so let's do this. So for plenty of people have probably seen the Appleton, Wisconsin shooting. You know what, CJ? Hey man, I'm gonna let you decide. What you want? You want the Relationship Rehab chat up, or you want the UGOA chat up? It's your call, brother. I'm gonna give you the power to choose. It's your choice. So you let me know which chat you want up. You the man. Call the ball, sir. But you guys have seen the Appleton police shooting where they had the guy who was on drugs. He overdosed. Paramedics come, or firefighters rather, they come. They rescue the man. They get him back coherent, and he was back conscious. He was unconscious on this bus. I'm sorry. I apologize. Stay here. All right, cool. There you go. We gonna do what she said, and we gonna stay right there. There it is. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. So they revive this guy. He comes out and is coherent again, and they're letting him know that hey man, we gave you this stuff. We need to get you to the hospital. And the dude is like, no, I'm straight. I'm just trying to get my feet woke up and all that. Eventually, one thing leads to another. The police like, no, your black ass gonna come on to the hospital because we responsible for you because we didn't give you this shit, and this shit is gonna wear off. And when it wear off, you need to be in the hospital so we can take care of you. So they go back and forth, and then next thing you know, my man pulls out this old cheap ass 380, and he begins shooting. He shoots the firefighter, and unfortunately, he dies. And I just really, in watching this video, I've seen it several times. Tommy, actually, shout out to my boy Tommy Sotomayor. He's actually done it, and just in me watching it time and time again, it really made me focus in on the interaction. And the interaction, like y'all see me do time and time again, I talk about where things go good, where things go bad, and then where things get ugly. And there was a huge opportunity. Well, actually, there were a couple of opportunities where this could have, went the right way, and nobody would have died, or at the most, the bad guy would have died in this situation. So we're gonna watch this, and we're gonna get into it, and I'm gonna give my point of view, and then we're gonna get on up out of here. All right. So let's go ahead and let's do this. Now I got the full video, and we ain't gonna watch this whole thing because I think the video like 35 minutes or 39 minutes long. We ain't gonna go through all that. So we're gonna get to the good parts. I'm gonna point out a few moments here, and then we're gonna go from there. So let's do this. So warning, this is graphic content. You need to watch out for it. Some people may not like what they see here, so if you do, just click off, man. But make sure y'all click the like button. Make sure you click the subscribe button. I'm going to throw the link up for the UGOA channel over in the Relationship Rehab channel so you can subscribe. And we'll let me do that right now while we guys. So I'm going to let you see just the initial contact part. You see this dude is like totally out of it. He gone. He gone.
Thank you. So the bus got here, and he isn't responsive.
Okay. Were you on the bus?
Sir. I work at the bus station here.
Okay.
So when the driver...
Sir.
So when the driver came, and he's like, I have an unresponsive person, and then he's like kind of gasping for air.
So we're waking him up. Dude is out.
Does anyone know him? No one.
Clearly he's out.
You guys on the bus?
Yeah.
Was he having like a seizure? Did you guys, you know what a seizure looks like?
Yeah.
Okay, just sitting quietly? Okay.
And the crappy thing is the seats don't go back.
Okay.
And we put him on the floor because he's a bigger guy.
Sure. No, absolutely.
Was he traveling with somebody else? No. The driver has his duffel bag
Okay.
with all of his information.
How long has he been on the bus?
I would say since I called 911. Well, he's been...
Well, he was riding the bus. Where was it coming from?
So he was riding the bus.
Has he been talking to anybody on the bus? Here? Oh, okay. Okay.
7188, go ahead.
Signs of drug use, no. The fact they came here, went to the bathroom. You say yes?
No, I don't know any of that. I'll take a pen like that when you're ready.
What do you need from me? I said get out of your way, but I'm kind of trying.
No, you're good right there.
This is so weird. I don't know why this is acting up.
I want to get out of the way.
I mean, this is all good, but this thing that I'm over here trying to get to, I don't know why the hell it's doing that.
He's got a Vesco 248.
It's not letting me switch over.
Not great.
Can I just get somebody's name so I know who maybe like you've been talking the most, just so I know who I talk to if I have any other questions? Is that okay? Awesome. What's your first name?
Melissa with double S.
Melissa?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What's your last name, Melissa?
M-U-N-I-Z.
What's your phone number?
Then they blotted out for that part. Jesus Christ, that took forever. I don't know what the hell is going on, but whatever. There's a link for the channel in there. I don't know why it took me so long to get that, man. That was so weird. Alright, so here's what happens. So they go ahead, they give this dude this shit to wake him up. They get him up, and then...
Do you see anything? No. Yeah.
Roger.
He gets coherent again.
Right.
They get him up. So now he's up. Still out of it, but he's up, and they're getting him off the bus.
And that key is mine.
Here's the cover for him. We got someone else. Whose keys are these?
These are mine.
Okay. Where's my phone?
Is that intentionally or illegal?
All right. So now he's getting off. And I just noticed this, but he got on a damn Aaron Rodgers jersey.
Terrible quarters.
That, in my opinion, is my first goddamn warning sign because I'm a Bears fan. But that's not his expectation I would have of them. So here we go.
Hey, Houston, buddy.
I'm right here.
Oh.
So they got Houston off, and they got him on the gurney. Okay?
Pockets real quick before you ride at them to make sure there's nothing sharp on you with them.
Now.
Yes.
Is that alright if I just check out real quick?
Stand up really quick?
Yeah, please. That'd actually be helpful if you don't mind if I just pat you down quick.
I have a problem with that.
Okay.
Now, bam. That was the first problem. That's your first red flag. You are a law enforcement officer, and you get to the point to where I get it. You don't want to think everybody's a criminal and all that good stuff. I totally understand that. However, there still needs to be a just normal sense of saying, hey, why would a person who has obviously passed out, obviously is in clear need of medical attention, right? Is discombobulated, incoherent a little bit. He got all this shit going on with him that's wrong. Why is this guy coherent enough or makes a clear conscious effort to prevent me from patting him down? And it's not that he's telling him no, he tells him I got a problem with that. So you think, and when somebody tells you something, ask the question that they're responding to you by. If he the question, the response that they give you, you ask a question to that response in your mind. That's just part of your instincts as a police officer. I would have a problem with that. Why would he have a problem with me patting him down for safety reasons to make sure there's nothing on him that could hurt me or somebody else? Why? Because he would. What would be a situation where I would be in a situation where I have been incapacitated, where I have passed out, I've lost consciousness, and for some reason I don't want a police officer to pat me down? Why would you not want a police officer to pat you down? I tell you why. When you got some shit on you that you ain't supposed to have. I don't care if you black, white, purple, green, yellow, or blue. If a person does not want you to pat them down, especially in an emergency situation, that's an immediate red flag. I would have immediately been like, okay, now here's what I would have did, because I'm not Superman. Me being a law enforcement officer, I see that I'm by myself talking to this dude. I would have motioned for my boys to come over here. That's exactly what I would have done. And that's why I don't understand how he missed that. But he gets another opportunity. Let's take that back.
Okay. Prescription pain meds?
Yeah.
Intentionally or illegal? But because of that, okay. How come you have a... Hey guys.
So he got him off. Dude's better getting off, and he asked him, hey, you got any sharp objects, any things dangerous that can hurt you? I want to pat you down. I might have a problem with that. Now that is a great question, CJ. So CJ asked, she said, could you cuff them straight away? Could you have cuffed them right then and there? If you were, if you could have cuffed, you couldn't have cuffed him right then and there, because you cuffing him means, hey, you being detained. But you could have said, well, no, actually, you could have said, well, you know what? Since you have a, yeah, you actually could have, because you got asked, because yes, you could have. I'm wrong. Yes, he could have cuffed him right there, because any officer, when you are in contact with a person like that, you have the right to what is called a Terry frisk or a pat down. If somebody refuses that right, then you absolutely can handcuff their ass. So yes, during this interaction right now, he is in a position of authority, and when that dude refused to let him pat him down, he could have absolutely said, well, sir, I have legal right to pat you down, and the fact that you are refusing to, I can actually place you under arrest and detain you for the moment. Yes, he could have done that. Yes, he could have. That could have been a way to go.
Yes. Is that all right if I just check out real quick?
Stand up really quick?
Yeah, please. That actually.
Now, that's the other thing. Why do you need to stand up and you just passed out, homie? So, and to me, not to say that I'm going to make you sit down, but that puts me on even higher alert. Somebody who wants to stand and be on their feet, they want to be in a position to where they have balance and leverage, and they want to be able to move. That's why he wants to get up.
Should be helpful if you don't mind if I just pat you down quick.
I have a problem with that.
Okay.
I have a problem with that.
Do you have anything on you that can hurt these guys at all?
No, sir.
Okay.
Now, the fact that he would have a problem with that, but he says he doesn't have anything on him that could hurt him, why? He's, and that in my mind right away, I'm gonna say, okay, this guy's fucking lying to me, so we gonna pat you down. So that's the thing of saying, hey, I'm gonna ask, I'm gonna tell you, and then I'm gonna make you. That's it. He's already asked him. Now he's supposed to tell him.
How come you have a problem with that?
Because I don't know what happened.
Well, here's what happened.
That makes no sense whatsoever. Sir, I can give a damn what didn't happen. I'm asking you, why do you have a problem with me patting you down? Because you not wanting me to pat you down leads me to believe that you have something on you that can hurt me or that can hurt someone else. That's a problem. So here's what we're gonna do, sir. Either you're gonna let me pat you down, or we are going to get hands-on with you. This is going to get physical. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm also going to go to number 2, which means if I got my holster on, my duty holster, that means I'm taking the safety part off on my holster. You know how you have your gun in the holster, there's a little latch that goes over if it's a level 2. I'm taking that off. I ain't breaking leather yet, but I'm definitely taking that off, and I'm resting my hand on my firearm just like I am right now. And I'm telling him what's gonna happen. And I would be motioning for my boys, like, come on. Because I see that he's not willing to comply. I don't know what he got, so I'm going to assume that he has the worst. And yes, he seems to be, to me, coming out of being passed out. For him to be this coherent to where he's deciding to not let me pat him down, that lets me know he's fucking conniving. He's thinking of some fuck shit to do. That's what I'm gonna do. My spidey sense or niggly sense or whatever is tingling right now. So that's why I'm gonna be on edge already. And I'm gonna tell him because a lot of people say, why you got your hand on your gun? This is exactly why the fuck I put my hand on my gun when I was on duty. The first time I felt some shit going left, I have no problem going to 2. No problem. What's up, Angel Honeycutt? I had no problem doing it because of shit like this. And one of the biggest things that I always tell people, the biggest thing about a gunfight, the thing that matters the most is seconds. Because that's all you have. Because once it starts to go left, it's like that. It happens like that, but to you, it's in fucking super slow motion. It's in super slow motion, but it's happening extremely fast. That's why you have to stay ahead of the situation. You have to always think what's happening and what's going to happen and what's the worst that could happen. What you gonna do and what you gonna do after that, if that don't work.
But you went unresponsive. And you're agonally breathing, which means like laborious, like pre-death breathing.
Yep.
They gave you a little bit of Narcan, which treats opioid overdose. I'm not saying that you did anything intentionally or illegal, but because of that, that makes me think needles. Even though you're telling me it's pills, I just want to triple check that before you lay on that cot. Is that cool?
Weren't you that dirty cop fired for misconduct in 07? Hell no, Kiko, Rayon. I ain't no dirty cop.
How many pills do you think you took?
But if I was a dirty cop, I was right here, goddammit.
Okay, and they're your prescription pain meds?
Is it a pen, Steve?
Are they prescription? I just don't want you to fall over. Prescription
No,
pain
I'm not
meds?
gonna fall. I just gotta get my.
Okay, prescription pain meds?
Yeah, they were my wife's pills.
Okay, all right. Do you have more of the bottle so we can see what we're working with?
I just had the 4.
Now he's telling the officer that he's taking some pills that was his wife's pills, and the fact that he's done that lets me know, hey, you taking medicine that's not belonging to you, and it's strong enough to where you passed out from an overdose. So you already got to realize what you're dealing with here is some type of person who has some type of pill problem or opiate problem. All right. So this already tells you that this motherfucker ain't in his right mind. So you are dealing with somebody who is not your average upstanding citizen. He's just not. He's just not. And I don't know if he was dealing or not, but the fact of the matter is he taking pills from his wife. So that means he did not get medical attention for whatever the fuck could be wrong with him. He didn't seek medical attention and get the pills he's supposed to get from himself. He taking another motherfucker pills. Those are things that people who abuse drugs do. That's exactly what that is.
Pills that she had.
Okay, what kind of pills were they?
They were just like morphine. I think.
Okay, and they're your wife's?
Yeah.
Hey, Athena, let it ride.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. What I'm going to do, bud, I'm going to pat you down, okay? You're not in any trouble, but I need to make sure nothing's going to happen with them, okay? All right?
Wait, I can't. I have to check myself first.
All right, check yourself
nah.
right
Now,
Yeah.
that's where it gets crazy. So it's like right here, the officer is not picking up on who the fuck says that. I got to check myself first. I've never had to, why would I need to check myself? And all this officer is trying to do is a basic pat down. Now, the fact that this dude told me he gonna have a problem with that, he told me already that he done took somebody else's drugs, his wife's drugs, and now he's saying that he gotta pat himself down. I need help. I need my boys. Hey, fellas, it's not, we may have a problem, we got a problem. And here's what I'm telling you yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can time them out. It's all good. Here's my thing. When you're talking about as a law enforcement officer, the first time that somebody doesn't obey your commands, you have a problem. This trying to negotiate and trying to be reasonable, thinking that a motherfucker, especially if they black, thinking they may not understand what you saying, they don't know what you talking about, or you trying to explain it to them a different way, don't do that. Stop doing that. You are a law enforcement officer. You are in this interaction in a position of authority. You ask, you tell, and you make. That's it. And when one of those things don't happen, you go to the next one. So when I ask you something and you tell me a bullshit answer, I'm on high alert. I don't give a fuck if you nervous. I don't give a fuck if you scared or not. Because you don't know who you dealing with. And if you don't know who you're dealing with, you need to assume that you're dealing with the worst. And because you're trying to give this dude the benefit of the doubt, you lost a good guy because of it. Commands, situations like this are why cops need to go to the extreme in making sure they stay safe. You don't have to go necessarily to the extreme, but you have to go to the next level of force before they do. Stay ahead of the situation. If a law is broken, though, right? I don't understand what you're saying, Portia. Commands if a law is broken. Yeah, I don't understand that. So you got to explain that, Portia. But that's my point. You have to realize that once you asked this dude and he gave you a shady answer, then you ask him another question. He's steady giving you shady answers. that means that this dude is definitely hiding something. He's lying to you. And if he's lying to you, then there's no telling what he may do. Because this dude, I can't tell you how many times you see police chases go wrong where a guy jumps into his car or he speeds off in his car from a simple traffic stop because he got a warrant. Simple traffic stop, he'll go on a 120 mile per hour race and then he'll crash and kill somebody or kill himself simply because he had a warrant and didn't want to go to jail. Not to prison, but to jail. That's the thing. It's like it's a thing of just saying you have to realize what you're dealing with, and when you're dealing with it, you look for the worst in this situation because he's not telling you the truth. That's it.
Phone charger?
Where's my phone?
Is that a vaping thing?
No.
Oh,
Now,
lighter, okay.
if you see he stepped back, what is he doing? He's creating distance. Why would somebody create distance? Because they want to get away from you. That's exactly what it is. Brian, I know you want to tell the chat about your dirty little secret from your officer years, or shall I? Boy, if you don't get the fuck out of my face. What is this stuff? Man, you need to get your life. But anyway, that's the next thing here. You see he's steadily creating distance. He's avoiding your questions, and he is not submitting to your authority. That is a huge red flag. And I don't know where the other guys are in this situation right now, but they definitely should be here at this point, or he should have motioned them here. Only if a law is broken or crime committed, only then should officers be allowed to command anything, right? No. So here's the law. When you are interacting with an officer, okay, an officer has a right. He is in a position of authority. However, he is governed by laws. Okay? So yes, if I'm a law enforcement officer, I come up to you and say, "Hey, how you doing, ma'am?" I am at that point in a position of authority. That's why an officer gets to tell you to stop. That's why an officer gets to tell you to halt. Okay? However, I am governed by laws, and I have to acknowledge and I cannot violate your civil rights. Okay? So what that means is when I begin that contact with you, Portia, and I'm talking with you, there is a thing called a Terry frisk. You can look it up. Terry frisk allows me, for safety purposes, to pat you down. I do not get to search you unless during my pat down, I find something that could possibly be deemed as a weapon, like a pocket knife, like a gun, like a needle or something like that. Anything that can hurt me from that initial pat down that I can feel. So if I'm patting you down and I pat your pockets and I pat in what feels like a gun, me as a law enforcement officer, in my judgment, I can then say I need to check your pockets and I can take that further. So at that point, you are under my authority. So yes, those commands that I'm giving you of saying stop and letting you know I'm going to pat you down, absolutely. That's exactly what it is. So that's what that means. So yes, I can't just throw the cuffs on you and take you to jail until you resist that safety precaution that I'm allowed to. That is my right, and I can execute that power of authority at that moment in that interaction. Okay? You don't always have to do that, but you have the right to do that.
All right, can I pat you down real quick then?
He's not even asking.
Because this doesn't have to be a big deal. I want you to get some medical.
Exactly. So yeah, so that's the next, this is like the fourth red flag. Because now he's not even, he's totally avoiding and not even responding to your question. You do not still have to do something. No, you don't. The interaction alone gives me right to a Terry frisk. Look it up. That gives me the right to a Terry frisk. So it's like this. If I pat you down and I pat your pockets, now I can search your pockets if my pat reveals to me in my judgment that there is something that is there. that can hurt me. So yes, or that could be illegal. Like if I feel an 8 ball of crack, I will go to court and they will say, well, you felt a hard ball in his pocket. Yes, sir, Officer Rep, I did. Yes, I did feel that hard ball. Why did you have him empty your pockets? Well, because of my 5 years of experience in narcotics. I know what an 8 ball feels like, and I patted him down, and what I believe to be an 8 ball in his pocket at that time is what I patted, and that is why I searched him. I believe that he had illegal drugs on him. That's simple. It's just like when an officer pulls you over. Officer pulls you over and he smells marijuana. He smells alcohol. He can get you out of the car and he can search your vehicle. It's his judgment. That is the leeway that the law allows that police officer. So now, this dude is searching for what I don't fucking know. But he's steady patting his pockets and not complying. That's another red flag, because he's now thinking on, he's like, in his mind, he's like, fuck, I got this gun on me. Let me try to buy some time. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. He's still undecided on what he gonna do. But he do know, I don't want this officer to pat me down. And that's exactly how that officer should have been thinking. He should have been thinking, I don't want this dude to pat me. This dude don't want me to pat him down. Why don't he want me to pat him down? Because he got some shit he ain't supposed to have. That's it. It's clear and cut. It's not he don't understand the law. It's not he don't know what I'm trying to do. It's not that he's still under the influence of some drugs. Bullshit to the back. Officers, police officers, white cops, whatever you want to call them. Stop letting these dudes bullshit you. Give them a command. You tell them what you're going to do and you do it. If you tell them, you ask them, you tell them, and you make them. Because when you don't, you get chaos. When you get chaos, people die. Because he didn't take that authority right here and there, shit goes left.
Treatment.
I don't need any medical treatment.
Sure you do.
My feet,
Because remember what we said? That temporary stuff can wear off.
it can't wear off.
The Narcan can.
I used to have, I used to be on,
See? He can't even complete a sentence. He can't even complete a sentence. So it's like now he's sitting there and he's talking and he's saying, I can't remember. He's thinking now. He's thinking of the bullshit that he's going to try to do. He's trying to figure out a way to get out of this situation. Now, you tell me what person passes the fuck out and don't want medical attention when medical attention is right there. Who does that? Criminals do. I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want to give my name. I don't want these dudes to spy shit on me because I'm dirty. Plain and simple. I'm dirty. Yes, please, Mr. Miles, hit the like button since you came in here to troll me. Thank you.
Listen, buddy. So you took some sort of narcotic, right?
no, it was the,
Morphine.
yeah.
You took morphine, which is a narcotic medication.
So there you go. Now you got this dude who is illegally taking morphine because it was not prescribed to him. So he's already admitted to that. He's technically broken the law right there. He's technically broken the law right there. And that's when you should know you're dealing with a piece of shit like Miles Calico. This is the exact same type of person that the police officers need to be recognizing and understanding what they're dealing with. Because you got somebody who think that, hey, this person is a dirty cop, or this person is a cop that's trying to lock my illegal ass up. This is what I need. This is why you need to be ready so that you can shoot a motherfucker like Miles Calico, just like Mr. Houston.
Gave you Narcan, right? That lasts maybe, I'm gonna give you 5-10 more minutes before you go down again.
I don't think I'm going down.
Oh, I do.
My feet hurt. How am I going down again?
Oh, give it 5 more minutes, we'll be seeing you again. So I think you go now. Well, we got you standing, got you.
I don't really need to go. I need to get to my wife.
Okay.
He's not making sense. I really need to get to my wife. Not, hey, somebody call my wife. Not let me call my wife and tell her what's going on. I'm going to go to the doctor. None of that. He's literally just trying to buy time. He's gathering his thoughts. He's trying to figure out a way to get away from this dude. He wants to get out of this. And then it's going to get to the point to where he realized ain't no fucking way out and I'm not going to jail. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I need you to go though. You need to get checked out.
I can't go. I have to go to my wife. My wife is in the hospital.
But you're not going to do your wife any good if you're dead. And you were well on your way on that bus.
No, I wasn't. I was asleep.
No, you definitely weren't.
You see that? Where the rest of the police officers in this situation, I don't know yet, but they do come.
That's the problem, sir.
And it's like, that's the thing. Whenever you dealing with somebody that's not making any sense, when they're either lying to you or just not making sense, just like Miles, actually, same type of motherfucker. That's the person that I'm gonna go level 2. I'm going to number 2 with. I ain't breaking leather just yet, but that's exactly what I'm gonna be thinking. This dude is ready to pull it, and he's gonna try some bullshit because of the way that he's talking. Why is it called Terry? Why is it Frisk named Terry? This is over on the United Guns of America channel. Hey, what is that? Fire Leroy. The reason why it's called Terry Frisk is because of the case that the Terry Frisk law became legal with the dude name was Terry Frisk. That was his name. So if you look it up, if you Google it and you see what Terry Frisk is, that's what it'll be.
I just want to get my feet from.
Cop is too trusting. Yes. And it's not. And here's the thing: it's not that cops are always too trusting, but there becomes a complacency that happens. And that was one of the things when I was in law enforcement that we always talked about. It's like you get to doing the same job. Yeah, just like ZYZ said. You get to doing the same job so much and nothing happens. Do you realize there are police officers that will be on the job for 30 years and will never have had to pull their gun? Never broke leather. They never had to break leather, and they've been on the job for 30 years just because of the interactions that they've had. Every interaction that you have is not the extreme, but you have to keep in mind, and you have to think with every interaction, what's the worst thing that can happen, and what are you going to do if this happens or if this goes left? That's what you have to do. That's why you have to keep in mind that, hey, if this person is going to do the worst thing, what am I going to do to prevent that? And what am I going to do to stop him? Jack Frost says, all y'all suck Tommy D. So if we all suck Tommy's D and you watching, that makes you a wee-wee watcher. So you must like gay porn. Okay, let's keep it moving.
I'm gonna have a seat then. Why don't you have a seat?
I need to stand on my feet. They numb.
Who does that? That makes I need to stand on my feet. They numb. So obviously, if you're not feeling well, why wouldn't you want medical attention? Because you're thinking of some bullshit. Now this is the point to where, and of course we all Monday morning quarterbacking this thing, but there has to be a point when you're a police officer. There has to be a point where you tell the person that you're in an interaction with, when they're not following your commands, you shoot it to them straight. All right, look, sir, here's what's gonna happen. You're either gonna put your hands up and let me pat you down, or we're gonna go hands on. I'm gonna take you down. You will not stand here and continue to talk to me without me patting you down for my safety. Period. Now you make a choice from there, and I'm gonna have hand on gun as I'm speaking. This was my speaking tone a lot of times. Here's what's going to happen, sir. You're gonna let me pat you down, and if you don't, we're gonna go hands on. This is for my safety. I don't care what else you're thinking of and what other excuses you have, but now a pat down is gonna take place. That's it. What's up, Lady Law? That's what you're gonna do. So it's like, now I've asked you, I've told you, and now if he refuses, I'm gonna make you. Because in my mind, I'm already saying, hey, if I'm a tase him or whatever the case may be, this is where, as a police officer, what you are ready to do. Because I'm already thinking, when I'm talking to this dude, he could possibly break away and run. Or as I'm talking to this dude, he could try to dive on me. Whatever the case may be, I need to be ready for the worst. And the worst thing that can happen, this guy pulls out a knife, he pulls out a gun, and he tries to hurt me. Period, point blank. So, officer took, what did you say, Portia? Officer took guy to jail who was sitting on his car. Officer asked for ID, but didn't say what guy did wrong. Guy verbally identified himself and date of birth. Totally different story. Totally different story. If the guy is sitting on his car, that interaction, I would, without me seeing the interaction, what you're saying, that's not right. That dude shouldn't have done that. That he shouldn't have done that. So as a police officer, if I'm gonna take you to jail, if I'm taking you into custody, I gotta tell you what I'm doing, what I'm locking you up for. I don't have to tell you before I put the cuffs on, but I can definitely put that cuff on you and then explain to you before I put you in the car, before I take you, I gotta tell you what I'm locking you up for. So like a police officer comes to you, points a gun at you, say put your fucking hands up in the air, and you put your hands up and he puts the cuffs on you, bam, why you arresting me, officer? Because now you're under arrest. Now you're being detained, and I must tell you as a police officer, I must tell you why I'm arresting you, and I must read you your rights. That is how the law goes. So it's that thing of just saying, hey, knowing what you're gonna do and the way that you do it. Now I will tell you this, Portia, a lot of time police officers do go about it in the wrong order. Absolutely, that happens. I didn't know that I was getting big enough to where I could have trolls. This is really awesome. I didn't know that I have grown to this point to where this happened for me, to where I've now had trolls that come into the chats. Congratulations. Let me pat myself on the back. All of my hard work is paid off. My labor is not in vain. I got trolls. Woo-wee.
Just left. Let's look where.
So this dude is agonally breathing on the bus.
Thank you, Alex.
Only thing that brought him back was Narcan, like that. He claims he took 4 pills. They were his wife's pills, that he doesn't have any left.
Now, I can tell you this. The officer isn't thinking the worst, so he's not thinking about the paramedic safety. He's not saying, hey, guys, let's back up. Y'all need to get the fuck back because this shit about to go left. But once I would have told that officer what was going to happen, then yes, I would have done that. Yeah.
He's very apprehensive to.
Is that right, huh? Fair play.
So
I'll go back and check it on the replay.
So I'd love to get a search of him in his bag. I mean, my thought is we can push the issue of, he was in possession of prescription that wasn't his and push it that way.
Very true.
But I don't know how big of a deal we want to make out of this.
So now, and here's good police work right here. He already knows. Technically, I got him because on camera he's admitted to using drugs that were not prescribed to him. He's committed a crime. That's against the law to do that. So here's the thing now. What I would have done is I would have told my brothers that were there, hey man, here's what's happening. Dude ain't listening to me and he's not following my commands. So let's aggressively pat him down because I believe he's hiding something. That's what I would have told my guys, to put them on alert, to say, yeah, we gonna have to get rough with this dude. Now it's 3-on-1. So we walking up to this dude and we ready to go full speed. Like boom. Okay?
I don't know if we want to turn it into a knockdown right over that or not. Just hang out with them, let me run them quick. Houston. 9144.
Go ahead.
Now.
Last name Houston, like the city.
Houston, you were just dead. You would have been.
So now he's actually there. Here's the officer now over here with 3 paramedics, and they're actually running his name now to get some information.
If the Narcan wasn't given to you.
You weren't responding at all.
You guys want to take him to the hospital?
You literally had to breathe.
You want to take him to the hospital?
Yeah.
I didn't have any.
You put a long tube down your nose so we can help you breathe. Alright? You were coughing, spitting up just a little bit ago. Alright?
Where was I coughing?
Right in your seat.
9144.
Go ahead.
You did it in front of all of us.
Confidence spitting up.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yep.
Where'd you come from, Houston?
Milwaukee. I had a
Boom.
appointment.
Now, you see that police officer? He's trying to flank him, which is good. It was good that he's trying to flank him. He's trying to get a beat on this guy, but there are times when you have to say, okay, you want to use the element of surprise by sometimes just going hands-on. Sometimes you don't want, sometimes when you see a person, you're interacting with a person, and they're telling you this, and they're nonchalant, and they're rambling on, not making sense, being incoherent. Sometimes you want your guys to surround them, and you just want to say, you want to give that nod, and you want to just go hands-on. Because you don't want to let them know, hey, I'm about to grab you now, I'm going to pat you down, because then you can get into the fight. When you got two guys on the side of you and they're just standing there and you give the nod and they initially know to go hands-on, because most of the time with police officers, here's our thing. You go, we go. And that's one of the biggest responsibilities that you can have, because it's like people can get hurt in these when you wrestling in these tussling matches and all that. People can get hurt. So you have to realize, if I'm going to go hands-on, I need to do it at the best time possible, which is to our advantage. And this is the time to where you need to be saying, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to dive on this motherfucker and get him to the ground, because I believe he got some bullshit on him. And we already got him. We can legally attack and take him to jail right now, because he's admitted to using a narcotic and that is not prescribed to him. So you got him on the legal side. Now you need to be able to just make your move and be precise in what you're doing and be deliberate in what your actions are. Instead of trying to pussyfoot around, trying to be nice cops, good cops. You have to take that out of your head. Sometimes you have to be rough to keep the situation under control and to keep everybody safe and secure. And that's what they should have did. Right here, right now, they should have been on his ass like white on rice. No pun intended. Or cream stuffing on an Oreo.
Looking for your advice on how far you want to proceed with this. So,
They were
very, every time I'm like, all right, I'm going to pat you down, he's like, oh no, I'm not cool with
Can you
that.
take a seat on the stretcher here, Houston?
I don't.
Looks like you're having a hard time standing.
No, my
Okay.
So it's like this. So he's refusing medical attention. Okay? You've given him this narcotic. I mean, you've given him this medicine, this Narcan, to wake his ass up. He really doesn't have a choice. He really doesn't. So it's like this. The liability that you have as police officers and as paramedics, because you've given this dude this drug that will potentially wear off in a few minutes, and he could possibly or potentially be back in the same situation that he was in, or worse, which is why he needs to be in a medical facility. That is your legal right to go at his ass. Lock him up, handcuff him, tackle him, whatever you gonna do. This is the time to do it, because you're within your right. You have him as far as a medical safety perspective. You got him as far as an illegal drug perspective. You got him. Go and get him right now. Because right now what you're doing, you pussyfooting around with him, and he's thinking of ways to get out of this shit. And once he realizes that he can't, he does the wrong thing, and that's trying to burn. He gonna try to shoot his way out like he in a goddamn movie.
Well, if you sit down, your feet might feel better.
I need to get back to
so I mean, technically we have an admission without a valid prescription.
And here's another thing, because it's for the police officers. You know in your mind, I can't let this dude go. I'm already suspicious of this dude, because I know that officer was somewhat suspicious of him. So if you know you can't let him go, you know he's already committed a crime, he's admitted to you that he's committed a crime, and you know for damn sure that there's something suspicious about him, go hands on and get it over with. Tase him, threaten him with the taser, dive on him, whatever the case may be. You're wasting valuable time, because when shit goes left, it goes left in a bad way.
to go to the hospital.
Because he says it's his wife.
I prefer not to go to the hospital.
But he's going to be
Okay.
apprehensive to everything. Not sure he wants to go get checked out. Gold Cross is big and complete. But I think if we go to force him to search him,
It's in your system. No, it's in your system. Right?
we have enough to push. any sort of an issue based on his admission that he took 4 pills.
Why you stop breathing? All right.
You're not in trouble.
He said they were just loose in his pocket.
Let him check you out.
I prefer not to be checked out. I need to get back home to my.
Who does that? Who prefers to not be checked out? Who says, I don't want to be checked out. I just want to get back on this bus and go get to my wife because I need to go get to her because she's in the hospital. Okay, well, sir, you just had a drug and this drug may prevent you from doing that. I don't care. I need to go. That's a person who's not rationally thinking.
My wife is in a hospital.
Stop, I'm telling you. Honestly, you're not.
Yeah, that could have been true
I
too.
can let you back.
Now that is a very good point. It could have been, hey, we don't want to tase this guy because we just woke his ass up with this medication. Taser could fuck him up. Very true. Very true. Which is why you got to go ahead and suck it up and say we're going to have to dive on this big motherfucker. But if we got to tase him, so be it. So be it. Because in this situation, if you walk off and let him go and he dies, you on the hook for that shit.
On the bus if you're not medically cleared, is that right?
Yeah.
Let's find out. What's going to happen, Houston, if you're halfway there? You're not going to let him back on the bus,
He might have more based on his activity, but
What I'm telling you is if we don't take him,
I think that's about it, right?
Exactly the same thing.
Yeah. No, I can't do that.
I do know, I haven't had any problem. I changed my suit and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that.
Right.
They had numbers in firefighters too. Yep.
And he's,
Too far of a drive.
You got 2.5 hours.
Yes. And you hear that? This dude got a 2.5 hour drive ahead of him on a bus. No way. There's nothing you can do in this situation. It's kind of like if you think about the whole totality of the circumstances, your hands are tied. I can't let this dude get back on his bus. I can't let him go. And I have to take him into custody. And I can't do any of that. I can't put him on this gurney. I can't put him in this ambulance. I cannot let him go with these paramedics until I've patted him down. The pat down was so key in this situation that the pat down would have revealed and told the story of everything. You would have got a gun. You would have got a bad guy, a felon with a gun, and a felon who was on drugs. So this dude was on illegal drugs, and he had a gun, and he was a felon. If that ain't a bad guy, I don't know what the fuck he is. I just don't know what is.
I don't have anything left. I have to go pay our rent and everything. I don't have the time for this, man.
I don't have the time for this. What does that mean? You got time for a 2-hour bus ride, but you don't have time to let these dudes take you to the hospital to check you out when you was just unconscious? No way. No way.
Right. That's why
She said I would have just taken him home. So look, Portia, you'd have gave him a ride home and he'd have killed your ass in the car or robbed your ass with the gun. There you go. Right, by law, if someone's contemplating or said they want to commit suicide, they have to take them to be evaluated. Exactly, just like Alexandria said earlier. Yes, very true. Yes, watch it, Portia.
as soon as I put these shoes on, I couldn't even.
yeah, I
Should
got
have
you.
let him pass
I'll
away.
try it.
You can't. You let him die, your job is on the line. You are liable. As a department, you're held liable. You can fuck around and lose your job by not following your protocol. Plain and simple. That's not a slap on the wrist. Well, why did you let him go? Oh, cause he didn't want to get on the gurney. Well, what's the standard procedure? Standard procedure is if somebody gets this medicine, they're supposed to go. Why didn't he go? Well, officer wouldn't pat him down. Why didn't you pat him down, officer? He didn't want me to. Can't do that. That's why I said before. Their hands were tied. He must get patted down. And this is why that procedure is in place. Because if they would have just got that dude in that ambulance and he just went off with them, then what would have happened? He could have shot all them motherfuckers up in there and took the damn ambulance and drove off and rode the ambulance around to go catch up with his wife like he was in The Fugitive or some shit.
If he, I mean, and I can try calling crisis. I think they're gonna balk, but I mean,
Just let him take you to the
there's
hospital,
not
check
much
you
else I
out.
can do at that point, I think, right?
As soon as you're released.
Go to the hospital.
Okay.
I need to.
Yep. So now you see The other officers, here's where the other officers come into play to where they're failing this situation. You see that there's too much back and forth going on, and this dude is simply, literally not complying. He ain't going, if you will. You need to get closer. You need to get closer, and you need to be ready to go hands-on. Why? Because this dude ain't following orders. He's not doing what we telling him to do. He's on some fuckboy shit. He's on bullshit. He ain't acting right. Whatever you want to call it, he's not doing it.
Right. 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 And I can just kind of have a blunt conversation with him about that. So,
this is just the next stop from where I was.
No. And I could try calling crisis.
That's correct.
So.
What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing here? Who's in control right now? This was my point I was getting to. When you're not in control, you have chaos. There's no order right now. You are literally letting the person that you're interacting with, you're letting the civilian dictate to you what the fuck is gonna happen and when it's gonna happen. That's a problem. As a police officer, if I'm there where there's an unspoken rule of whoever's the first to make contact is in charge. Unless you feel that not only yourself, but someone else can possibly be in danger. There's a safety issue. And at that point, anybody can step up and step in. Plain and simple. And this is what I would have done. Fuck this. There's too much talking going on and there's not enough action. This dude is bullshitting. And he's bullshitting because he's thinking that I'm about to do some other fuck shit and I don't care no more because I see that I'm not getting out of this.
Right.
Total silence.
Yep. Whereas if he just goes on his own accord, none of that needs to occur.
Yes. Baby in his ass.
I know where I'm at and everything.
We gave you medication. We gave you a milligram of Narcan.
Right. Right.
And here's the thing to the police officers and to other police officers that are watching this that don't know any better. When someone is not following your commands, people can and will die or get seriously hurt. That is why you are trained to be in a position of authority. That is why you are trained to give commands the way that you give them. That is why you are given the authority and the use of force continuum is in place. That is why. Because doing this, you're giving the criminal time to plot. And that's all he's doing. He's plotting. He's working out the scenarios in his head. And you should have already been working out the scenarios in your head. That's why when you see police officers and they tell you to get your fucking hands up and you don't and they shoot that motherfucker, this is why they do it. Because the more you think, the more this dude has a chance and gets more seconds to do something bad to you.
Let me just have a little talk with him. Okay. Thanks. Bye.
My legs been hurting for a while. That's all.
What does that mean? It makes no
Your leg
sense.
didn't make you pass out, right?
So now it's getting deliberate. So now the officer he was just on the phone, now he's like, okay, fuck this. I got the message. Here's what you want me to do. Okay, here we go. And this is where it goes left because everybody's not ready and thinking worst case scenario.
So here's the story. I'm not here.
Exactly.
Okay.
How is he in his right mind? That's a great question, Reed. How is he even in his right mind after all that he done went through? And the point of that is, if you know that this dude ain't in his right mind, why the fuck are you listening to what he's trying to tell you on what he want to do? Motherfucker can't tell me shit. I'm coherent. I'm sober. You're not. You don't get to tell me what you're gonna do. I tell you, and if you don't do it, then I make you. It's that simple. Yes, he's thinking the whole time. Because he know, fuck, I got this gun on me. What I'm gonna do? Shit. I can't throw this motherfucker. I can't ditch this motherfucker. I got this gun on me. What the fuck am I gonna do?
I want to make sure you're.
I cannot. Listen,
I'm telling you, I cannot.
I cannot go.
And what he's telling them is he not saying it, but he's saying I can't go with y'all. I can't go with where y'all want me to go. I ain't gonna go where y'all want me to go. That's what he's doing. He's literally defying them.
He had a medical emergency.
Man, I've been having
You're on. Okay.
Right now, all my boys should be around him. And it should be, look, Houston, this is what's gonna happen, man. You're gonna have to go. Before all of that though, we're gonna have to pat you down for officer safety. And if you don't let us do that, then we're gonna get rough with you, sir. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna make you, so we're gonna put you under arrest. We're gonna put the cuffs on you and we're gonna pat you down, one way or the other. That's it.
One I've been withdrawn.
You took 4 pain meds that were not prescribed to you that caused you to damn near die.
Why are you explaining that to him?
You don't want to believe it, but that's what
He
happened.
didn't give a fuck. That's why he popped the pills in the first place.
I'm being cool with you. I'm just telling you. They gave you a drug that's going to potentially wear off and cause you to stop breathing. That's what those opioids do. They will shut you off, and that's what was going on.
That's not opioids. That was morphine.
Dude.
That was morphine. That is what an opioid does.
Not lean on the bus because the bus has to. Only because he's going to back up. That's why. I didn't want you to fall.
I'm not going to fall
All you need to do is go to the hospital, get checked out. If they say you're okay, then you're on your way. I don't want you to
get home, though, man.
You'll get home. Listen, I talked to my boss. The only other alternative to you not going voluntary, if you go voluntary.
This is about the 7th time that they've told him this. And here's my thing, too. So let's say, for instance, you want to just be a good guy. You want to have a conversation with this guy. Fine. Follow the protocol and pat this motherfucker down and find out what he got. If he ain't got nothing, cool. You can sit and talk to him till the cows come home, until you get tired. But at the end of the day, the very first time you ask to pat him down, because it's been several minutes since then, you should have fucking done something. You should have went to the next level way before this. You're about 6 minutes into this shit. Actually, more than that. It's like 10 minutes.
You hop on the cot, you ride down there, you get checked out, it's done. If you don't go voluntarily, here's what I have to do. I feel that you're not making a safe choice in your best interest.
I'm consciously talking.
You're not making a safe choice in your best interest.
There
and
you
I
go.
have to involve crisis. We have to go to the hospital anyway to start that process, and we have to have them evaluate to make sure that you're making safe decisions.
There you go.
I don't want to go
Houston,
there.
real quick, do you have any weapons on you?
No, sir.
Okay. You kind of involved.
Now, once he says that, then what's the problem with us patting you down, pimp? Any police officer, I don't give a damn where you at. I don't give a damn what community you in. If they ain't got shit to hide, they don't care. Pat me down. Shit, do your thing, bro. I'm good. I'm just not going to the hospital. But the fact that I'm telling you, nah, I might have a problem with you patting me down. I have a problem with police touching me. Don't touch me. What the fuck, dude? You a old grown ass man. You know what this shit is.
On your right side.
That's my phone.
Okay, don't reach for anything.
Now, he told you that that's his phone. What was he looking for before? His phone. That lets you know, in my mind, that's my first rate. Wait, this motherfucker been looking for his phone all this time, but now he know exactly where his phone is? No way.
That's
my phone.
Now, what most people don't understand too, when you go to reach for somebody and they do this, that is him resisting you patting him down. I would have immediately bagged up and been like, okay, you gonna play this fucking game? Let's play it. Cause this shit gonna go left right now. You better back the fuck up. I mean, you better put your fucking hands up, and this backing up shit is gonna get you shot. Don't play with me. That's it. Because now that's telling you I'm resisting what the fuck you're trying to do. I'm resisting your authority. That whole thing of don't touch me, don't put your hands on me, that's that bullshit. Don't let it happen. know exactly that every time when you reach out for a person, what they gonna do. Now me, I ain't no brawler, motherfucking badass, fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme, Action Jackson motherfucker. I'm not that. So the minute you get on that fuck shit, I'm leveling up. Hey man, this gonna go left. I'm not playing. I'm faster than you, motherfucker. I do know that. That's exactly how you gotta approach this shit. Because if you don't, you better be either that or you better be ready to bull rush his ass and get him to the ground and hope that shit don't go left. But I'm coming at your ass. That's all I'm saying.
I have a problem with officers touching me.
What kind of shit is that? I have a problem with officers touching me. Now you see my man is starting to move into position, but here's where he's fucking up. He got a taser holster and he got his pistol holster. You're too close to this dude to not realize that, hey, if some shit does go left, what the fuck am I gonna do? And he was one of the ones who's in prime position to be able to take, if not non-lethal, lethal action. That's me. I'm on that dude's flank. I'm bagging up once he tell me that shit. Nah, I got a problem with police touch. Oh, you do? Well, I got a problem with motherfuckers who tell me they don't like police touching me.
Okay, lift up your shirt then. Sure.
I get nervous and stuff.
I get nervous and stuff. He's telling you some bullshit. And yeah, I would say I if that was me, if I'm not going hands on and I see this motherfucker acting the way he acting, I'm definitely gonna back up. I'm gonna create some distance because I'm about to shoot this motherfucker. I'm thinking about I need to get about 7 yards because that's where I practice at when I go to the range all the time, and I'm gonna have to drop this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what the fuck people say. You can't shoot him. Bullshit, I can't.
Lift your shirt up a little so I can see your face.
Still not complying.
Look.
Now, once you see that shit, what does he do? He tell him, hands. Because with any police officer, well, we all know what hurts you. Hands hurt you. That's all you looking for. You can say what the fuck you want to say. You can move your feet. You can talk all the shit you want to talk. I'm watching your hands because those are the things that will hurt me. I'm watching your hands. Your hands moving is what the fuck it levels up, what I level up with. I see your hands go in your pockets. I see your hands go inside your shirt. I see your hands go to your hip. I put my hand up on your hip. When your hips I dip, we dip. I see your hand come out your clothes, go inside your clothes and pose. I'm shooting.
Look, this is my...
Boom. What you don't hear and what you're hearing now on the replay is the Velcro from the holster, which lets me know he got a cheap ass holster because he got a cheap ass gun. Motherfuckers don't wear nylon. You wear leather and Kydex, or you wear Kydex, or you wear leather. Alright? That's just me. I'm bougie like that. And there's his side of fuck it. Let's go back a little bit. That's what he said.
You ride down there, you get checked out, it's done. If you don't go voluntarily, here's what I have to do. I feel that you're not making a safe choice in your best interest. You're not making a safe choice in your best interest. And I have to involve crisis. We have to go to the hospital anyway to start that process, and we have to have that evaluated. I don't like police touching me. Hey Brielle, you don't like police touching you? Let me stop you and you tell me that shit and I got some suspicion. You gonna see the barrel of my gun. Plain and simple. You're gonna see the barrel of my gun. You tell me some bullshit like, I don't like police touching me, man. I don't like that shit, dog. Motherfucker, if I tell your ass I'm about to pat you down and you resisting, you gonna see the barrel of my gun. You gonna get this 40 put in your fucking face and it's gonna be a problem. And you may not make it home to smoke your weed no more. Sure that you're making safe decisions for yourself. I don't want to go
Houston, real quick, do you have any weapons on you?
No, sir.
Okay. You kind of have a bulge on your right side.
That's my phone.
Now, you as an officer, you know that, right? I'm an officer. I see a bulge. Could very well be his phone. Very possibly be a phone. However, if I see that phone and I see that bulge, the last thing I want you to do is to put your hands on it. So I'm going to say, hey, man, I just need you to put your hands up and let me pat you down. The minute you try to, the fact that they asked him to pull his shirt up, they're fucking wrong. Fuck that. Because when you go to pull your shirt up, what do you have to do? Hands go here. Hands go here. If I'm asking you to pull your shirt up, that means I already got my gun on you. Now I got my gun on you. Hands up. You gonna see this. If I tell you, put your hands up, this is what you gonna see. Put your hands up, pull up your shirt. Now you can fuck with that Velcro if you want to. Pull up that shirt. You can clearly see my finger's not on the trigger, so I'm not ready to shoot. But I'm definitely gonna be. If I tell you to put your hands on your shirt and pull it up, this is how I'm gonna tell you to do it. No other way. My gun will not be holstered. My gun will be unholstered and pointed right at you, telling you, okay, sir, pull your shirt up. Now, you, at that point, if you got a gun, you still have to not only pull it, but you have to pull it and aim it. If you got it in a holster, like this guy did, you got to pull it and you got to unholster it, hit the Velcro, and pull it out. That's what you got to do. Me, I'm leveling up first. So I'm going to have the advantage now. Because the minute you tell me I don't want police touching me, here you go. Well, it looks like you have a bulge in your on the side of you, sir. And I need you to lift up your shirt so that I can see. Man, you got your gun on me? You goddamn right I do. Lift your fucking hands up and let my partner pat you down, or I'm going to shoot you, sir. That's it. Very respectful, but very deliberate. That's the thing that a lot of police officers don't fucking want to do because they want to be nice, or they're thinking about some bullshit ass lawsuit, or they're thinking about a fucking complaint. Fuck a complaint. It's up to you and your fellow brothers that's out there to come home every fucking night. And especially when you got a bunch of other motherfucking officers out there and you got a bunch of other firefighters out there, they want to go home. Fuck a complaint. Fuck a guy being uneasy. Fuck a guy being scared. Fuck a guy having a problem with you putting your gun on him. You're a trained law enforcement officer. You know how not to shoot. And if you don't, you shouldn't be the police.
Yeah, don't reach for anything. Just
that's about full.
Now, there it is right there. Gun should be out. The minute a dude tell you don't reach, the minute a dude tell you don't touch me, and you're reaching, you in authority, he should be submitting to that authority. When he doesn't, pull your fucking gun out, man. Because this guy's life could have been saved.
I don't, look, man, I have a problem with officers touching me.
I don't give a fuck what your problem is.
Sure.
I get nervous and stuff.
You lift your shirt up a little bit so
you want to make sure everybody's safe.
See? He's trying to still be nice to this asshole. This dude is a piece of shit. And the reason why I'm saying that now is because he's not listening. Pieces of shit, thugs, gangbangers, assholes don't listen. You're trying to reason with a savage. That's what you're trying to do. And then when a savage does what a savage does, now you're fucking shocked and you're surprised and you caught off guard. You have to realize what you're dealing with out here, fellas and ladies. It's not always about shooting a motherfucker, but it is always about being ready and prepared to shoot a motherfucker. I tell you that.
Look,
see how he's trying to do that? No fucking way do you get to do that. No fucking way do you get to back up, pat yourself down when I'm telling you, you gotta pat me down without a gun being on you. There's no way that should have happened. They failed not only each other, but they failed that firefighter. Because he died because of that. They're trying to be nice to this asshole. You're trying to be nice to a fucking drugged up fucking asshole. Trying to be nice, and that man died because of it. You're not a law enforcement officer to be nice. Your job is to uphold the law, enforce the law. That's your fucking job. Fuck being nice. You be respectful when a person is obeying your commands. You be respectful when a person complies with what it is you're telling them to do. That's when you be respectful. That's when you be a professional. Here, you should have let your fucking skills and your tactical knowledge prevail here and do what the fuck you're supposed to do to keep this motherfucking situation in control. That dude should have been under wraps 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry, 12 minutes ago. He should have been in fucking cuffs or he should have been patted down. One or the other. 12 minutes too long, here's what happened. Now, if you look at it, This dude, he doesn't even carry with a bullet in the chamber. He hits the Velcro, unholsters his fucking 380, and then he fucking racks one in the chamber before these motherfuckers even get a gun out.
Shots fired! You're not making a safe choice in your best interest, and I have to involve crisis. We have to go to the hospital anyway to start that process, and we have to have them evaluate to make sure that you're making safe decisions for yourself. I don't want to
Houston, real quick, do you have any weapons on you?
No, sir.
Okay. You kind of have a bulge on your right side.
That's my phone.
Okay, don't reach for anything. Just
that's my phone. I don't want. Look, man, I have a problem with officers touching me, man.
Okay.
Lift up your shirt then.
Sure.
I get nervous and stuff.
You lift your shirt up a little bit so I can see your face.
Everybody's safe.
Look, this is my.
Oh, whoa! Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck! Shots fired!
911, shots fired!
We want to make sure everybody's safe.
Look.
What?
Whoa!
He had to rack one in the chamber.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Now I can guarantee you this. If I had my gun on him already, if one of those officers, not just one, because you don't need to have all three. Everybody ain't got to have a gun out. I get that. Everybody don't have to have a gun out. But if one of those officers would have had a gun on him and had him in his sights, the minute that dude started backing up, he wouldn't have even had a chance to rack that slide. Because now we're talking about what I mentioned earlier. We're talking about seconds. Seconds is what mattered here. Seconds of not being prepared is what shifted the entire change of power here. The power got shifted very easily to where you see in just a matter of a couple of seconds, 3 seconds, this dude is now in control. First person who pulls that gun out is in control. First person who gets that gun aimed is in control. It wouldn't have been nothing for that dude to say, hey, you do what I tell you to do or you're going to get shot. Well, what you going to tell? I don't give a fuck, man, because you're acting real shady right now. You're not letting nobody, you're not letting my partner pat you down. You're not complying to what we're telling you to do. Fuck that. Let him pat you down or fuck around and get shot, sir. How about that? Because he's scared. Exactly. That was sad. Yeah, it was sad when the police shot an unarmed child as well. I get it. But at the end of the day, you got to look at what happened here. Each shooting is unique and it's different. But you have to keep those steady rules have to be in place and followed. Those procedures, they're in place because of shit like this happening. Procedures are put in place because of shit that has happened previously. And this procedure is in place to prevent this from happening. Plain and simple. And that could very well fair play. I get it. They could have a thing where, hey, we revive your ass. Within the first couple seconds, we stand your ass up and put cuffs on you. Because we don't know what the fuck you gonna do. And pat you down. And after we pat you down, we'll uncuff you. But it's like you, because you don't think in that, that's not normally how a stop goes. Your first initial contact with a person, you're not thinking, let me handcuff this asshole. You're thinking, let me pat this asshole down because I don't know what the fuck he may have. And if that person goes to the left of that, to where they don't want you to pat them down, I don't give a fuck who they are. If they're 9 or if they're 99. If they're an old woman or a dear sweet old lady or a young boy. It doesn't matter. They don't want you to pat them down. 10 times out of 10 they got some shit they ain't supposed to have or they doing some shit they shouldn't be doing. I'm telling you, man. You play those odds. 99 times out of 100, a person is either already a fucking felon and don't want you to run their name and don't want to be in custody, or they got some shit they're not supposed to have, and that's why they don't want you to fucking pat them down. It's that simple. Anytime somebody refuses that. Now, every 1 out of 100, you might get that asshole that's just like, I don't want the police putting their hands on me because the law say, and they don't know the fucking law. 99% of the times, you got that person, he or she already got a fucking record, already got a warrant, or they got some shit on them they're not supposed to have. Or they done some shit they ain't supposed to do, and they don't want you running their shit. And there you go. And see, and that shot that he's making, he's actually hitting that pole right in front of him. Let me actually, I can take it back. You're gonna see the bullet actually come off of that pole. Watch when he shoots. Watch how he's shooting, and he's not looking. He's not lining up correctly like he should be, and he hits the pole. Watch the pole and watch the ricochet come off the pole. See that? He hit that fucking pole twice. That's a long ass shot. That's a very far shot. That's a hard shot to make from that far away. It really is. That's a rifle shot. You shooting that dude to at least a good fucking 30, 40 yards out, man.
Don't fucking move! I will shoot again! I do not want to shoot you!
That's a very hard shot. That's what that thing was. It was that stop, that little pole that's right there in front of him. That's what that is. And he did the right thing by taking cover, and he definitely got those shots off. But that's a far shot. I would not have probably taken that shot unless I absolutely had to.
We're going to need a shield. We have one subject down that was shooting at us. He is next to an uninvolved patron who is also down.
Yep.
Unknown where the weapon is. We need somebody.
So that person got shot as well. An innocent. And it was a story a while ago where in California. I think it was in California. Check on this other person. Subject. And that's pretty much it. I think it was in California. A person, there was this crazy dude in an apartment complex. Crazy dude, right? He wilding out. He got a knife. Police walk up, tell him to put the knife down, drop the knife. We don't want to shoot you. The guy is walking along the little complex, and he's walking, and there are people actually watching this shit happen. He's walking, gets to somebody's door, pulls a woman out and begins to stab her. They actually now, the police, start to shoot, kill her and him. You know why? Because they should have given him, and that shouldn't have happened, because they should have told him to put that knife down. How many times? Once. Drop the fucking knife. Drop the knife. Bang, bang, bang. That's it. That's it. Because there are other people around. Now you out in front in a fucking Walmart parking lot and there's nobody around. It's just you and that officer. Y'all can talk shit all day with this dude. But there were other people around that they weren't realizing because they were so focused on what he was doing. They wasn't watching what else was out there that was possibly in jeopardy of being hurt. Stop playing with these dudes that got these weapons or potentially do got them. You either get the pat down or get the pistol out. And if they make some bullshit ass move, put them down. Dude got a knife? Shoot his ass if you don't drop it. Now, I'm going to do the Laquan McDonald story because everybody's been watching 16 Shots. And that was the thing with Laquan McDonald. It wasn't the fact that he got shot. It was the fact that he got shot 16 times that was the problem. That was my problem with that shooting. Because walking around, yes, the kid was walking away from him. Yes, the kid was, in my opinion, wasn't necessarily a threat. But the point of the matter is, you didn't have to shoot that kid 16 times because them first couple of shots you hit him with dropped him. What's the point of throwing another motherfucking 12 at this kid? There isn't one. Except for the fact you want to just get your gun off. That's it. Now, a motherfucker they should shoot 16 times is Miles Calico. That's all I'm saying. But at the end of the day, that was the problem with the Laquan McDonald. And I'm gonna do that story probably tomorrow. But that was the problem with that. He could have shot that kid 2 or 3 times and that would have been it. It was over. Case closed. It wouldn't have been what it was. To where motherfuckers is hiding it, deleting tapes, covering it up, paying the mama who ain't had shit to do with that kid since he was a baby, paying her $5 million, covering the shit up so Ron could get reelected again. That police officer, Van Dyke, could have easily resolved that situation. It would have been a good shoot if he would have just shot that kid 2 to 4 times. Because the kid went down very quickly. You putting 16 on a kid, that means you just wanted to get your fucking gun off and you was trying to show the fuck out. Because no other officer out there even fired their gun. That was your ass driving the whole time thinking, I'm going to shoot this motherfucker. I'm shooting this motherfucker. I'm going to shoot this motherfucker. That's what I'm going to do. That's exactly what that was. And you went too far. Because there is no rule that says you got to shoot a person only 2 or 3 times. You shoot until the threat is stopped. Kid fell down and looked like after the first 2 or 3 shots. So the other 12 to 13 that you put on that kid, you wasn't shit for doing that. Hitting that kid that many times. You can even see in the video the kid laying there and the bullets causing a little smoke to come up. I don't know what you saying. Do they teach military drills? I don't know what that means, Kashani. But the thing is, it's like you have to look at it like this. There is a point to where you say, no, it wasn't necessarily 16 plus 1. 16 shots could have just been, if you got a Glock 26, this is 15 plus 1. That's 16 shots. That's a 40 cal. This is a 40. So it's no telling what type of gun he had. I believe it probably was like a 40 or something like that. Or it was maybe a compact 9 or something. But yeah, that's 16 shots. He gave it to him. He gave him the whole thing. He gave him the full ride. But my thing is, it's like you have to realize that that was the problem with that shoot. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. It is, yes, she is quite sexy. But that's exactly what the deal was with that shoot. It wasn't the fact that he shot that kid. It wasn't the fact that he didn't have the right to shoot that kid. That kid had a gun. That kid had a knife, and that kid was told repeatedly to put that knife down. He was well within his right to shoot him. Did he have to? That's debatable. But the way the law is, can't do it. I mean, you can do it, but you didn't have to put 16 on that kid. And that was the problem. That's exactly what the problem was. 16 shots on a kid that dropped after probably 3 at the most. That's excessive, sir. That's excessive. So that was the whole point of that. But this was totally, man, something that could have been avoided. There were numerous red flags, and there were numerous opportunities for them to subdue this guy and to get this guy to where he would have not been the threat that he was. The fact that this guy kept telling them no in so many words, the fact that he kept refusing them to pat him down in so many ways, that's a problem. Stop playing with these guys. Pat them down, cuff them, tackle them, do what you got to do. Put your gun on them if you got to. Then once you pat them down and it's safe, handle it your way. Chit chat with them, talk to them, do whatever you want to do. But that's what this problem was, and that's what I did not like about this video and about this whole situation, was the fact that they let this go on and on for all this time, and it got out of hand to the point to where not only one but a couple of people lost their lives or were severely injured. I don't know if that other person who got shot that was next to him, if they died or not, but I definitely know that the fireman did. I definitely know that he did, and I'm not sure about the other person. But a lot of people got hurt in this. And with that, not just the people, but the families are suffering too. Even though that dude, Houston, was a piece of shit, I'm sure somebody in his family loved him. That fireman, man, I'm sure plenty of people loved him. I'm sure plenty of people thought he was a great guy. I'm quite sure he did his job the correct way, day in and day out, and he did what he was supposed to do. I'm quite sure of that. The person who was an innocent bystander that got shot, I'm sure that they ain't gonna never be the same with all that shit unfolding the way that it did. Fact of the matter is, stop playing with these people. You ask them, you tell them, and then you make them. And if you can't think like that, if you can't do that, you don't need to be the police. If you ain't ready to go hands-on, tase, or shoot a motherfucker, you don't need to be the police. You can't be scared being the police. That's not an excuse. That's one of those jobs where you can't be scared. You can't be a fireman scared of fire. You can't be a fireman who's not willing to run into a burning building. It's too hot in there. Can't do it. You're in the wrong line of business. You're in the wrong job. I can't be a person who wash cars but don't like water. I want to be a chef, but I don't like knives. I'm a doctor, but I hate needles. You're in the wrong profession, man. I want to be a funeral director, but I hate dead bodies. It doesn't make any sense. Exactly. I'm in the Navy, but I don't like to swim. I'm in the Air Force, but I hate planes. It don't work that way. And this whole thing of police, because I'm the first to say, police officers tell me they were scared, they full of shit. They don't need to be the police. That is not an excuse. Law-abiding citizen that's scared, I get it. The police, you can't be scared to be the police. You just can't. Let me go ahead and read these donations real quick, and we're going to get on up out of here. I want to first give a shout out to everybody that came by tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and I appreciate that. Let's see here. Let's see. Here we go. Shout out to Francis dropping $10 on your boy. That's what's up. Happy Father's Day. I just saw the last show. That's what's up. That was from yesterday. Then it came right back. Let's see. For GG in the chat. Thank you, GG. I appreciate it. Hit your boy off with another $1. Hey, Lady La. That's what's up. Just for showing love. Showing love. Hit your boy off with the 5-piece. Thank you. My man Tez from Tsunami Detail. That's what's up. Hit your boy off with $1. That's what's happening. I appreciate that, everybody. Let's see what I got over here on the PayPal side of the game. And for those of you that's watching, hey, you can always click that young Cash App. You can hit that young PayPal link and drop your boy off with a little something, something. Yep, somebody did. That's what's up, boy. Feel good. Have somebody appreciate what you do. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's go here. Let's see who I got here. My man Troy, thank you so much, sir. Hit your boy off with $2. That's what's up. Wait, can I say this name? Oh yeah. Okay, Evelyn, thank you so much. Hit your boy, Brian. You are so funny. Thanks for the giggles. You have me giggling like a schoolgirl. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hit your boy off with $20. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. Last but not least, my man Jermaine hit your boy off with $10. That's what's up. Man, I appreciate everybody. Thank you guys so much for your sacrifice. Thank you so much for your time. Man, that's what's up. You guys don't know how much it means to me to be able to just come here and do what I do. I hope y'all enjoyed this breakdown. If you got any questions, don't hesitate to email me. Hit me up. You know I don't mind talking about this kind of stuff all day. At the end of the day, man, it's like this. We have to be able to do our jobs and to do our jobs effectively, especially as law enforcement officers. You got to keep yourself in a position to where you are thinking you have a tactical mindset. Be thinking what you're gonna do, and be thinking what you're gonna do after that if that don't work. Always 2 to 3 steps ahead. 2 to 3 steps ahead. And again, you can't be scared. No, I'm not the police anymore. Where I was working before, I could not do both. I'm considering doing it again now because I'm at a different job, so I might be able to do that again. So yeah, I'm not sure yet. I'm still on the fence about that. But also, hold on, somebody else hit your boy up. Let's see who that was. Make sure I got this right. My man Andre hit your boy up with $1. That's what's up. Thank you so much. But yeah, so I'm considering it, but not ready to do it just yet, just right now. But that was my thing. So as always, as I tell people, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. I am Brian Redmond. This is the United Guns of America, and this is the Relationship Rehab. I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. Thank you to everybody who donated. Thank you to everybody who came by. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And man, as always, it is an honor to be able to be here and spend this time with you guys. Shout out to my man DJ Just J-OK. Shout out to Lyric Speak. Shout out to my man Nat B. Shout out to my man Storm. And shout out to my brother like none other, Tommy Sotomayor. Go see Fatherless America. Go download it. Go to the website and catch it. It is an amazing film. I loved it. It was awesome. It was groundbreaking. It was something that ain't nobody ever done before. And I'm so proud of my brother for doing what he did. He has definitely inspired me in so many ways. Thank you for what you do, Tommy. Thank you for bearing a cross that most would not and don't ever want to bear. And I just want to tell you, brother, it is an honor and a pleasure to know you. And I respect you. And I so appreciate you for what you do every day. Shout out to all of my fans. Shout out to my beautiful wife and my little baby who always say, tell everybody on the Voltron Network I said hi. That's from Destiny. So I love you guys, and till next time, hey, I'm telling you, you can't wait to see the film. Go and see it as soon as you get it. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. It is an awesome film. I can't wait for the second one. I don't care what the hell's going on. It's gonna be a segment of Fatherless America 2. I'm telling you that right now. I'm up in that second movie. I'll tell you that right now, because there's got to be another one. But y'all definitely make sure y'all support that. Check that movie out. It is an incredible movie. I'm so proud of my brother. As always, I tell you guys to just, man, keep doing what you're doing. Keep becoming a better version of yourself. Shout out to Soto Nation. Peace. And I'm out. Yeah, buddy. There we go.